there to this China metal rush leaves behind cancer villages. This is Kingshuk Nag, sir. This is from the Times report as such, but I just want to give a brief actually. This is what is happening in a place of China. South China, there is a lot of effluents are being pushed into the river, and this effluents has got the river water is very reddish, something like that, and there is no with the air passage. There are no waves out there. It has become so thick and viscous. People who put their legs into that, they get into allergic rashes and all that. And there are in that area, a lot of cancer is being reported. 20-year-old having stomach cancer, people getting into this one. This I don't think, and the thing is, why I'm trying to highlight this particular thing is we are slowly catching, sir. We are having, when we were for postgraduates, we were told to look at near the Musi River, people living beside the Musi River, they were having a lot of congenital abnormalities. Fertility issues we don't understand. India being a kind of population, and you can understand the fertility clinics. Previously used to call infertility clinics, now it's the fertility clinics. And there is a kind of pollution which has to be a thing. Autism is one thing I've been trying to work out. I can always open up a further, one more discussion about that. I'll definitely come back. But this is Dr. Usha Nag. We acknowledge your presence, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Usha Nag, madam, is an expert in autism, and she is the one who has guided me so well into this field as such. But I somehow feel this is a very preventable disease, and with just trying to look into some issues, we can always see that the incidence of autism can be brought down, sir. So I'm just throwing open, basically, this is what we are understanding. This is a silent epidemic. We are all into that as such. We feel that there is a kind of thing, but I'm sure we are all into the experiment at some or the other level. And particularly people living in the cities and all that urban areas, and we are seeing the explosion of diabetes cases, cancer, obesity, asthma, this autism and arthritis and all that. And we will try to, I'll just give you a brief idea of what I want to put across, what is the medical kind of flip to this particular thing. I just want to take you, I don't want to bore you with this periodic table, but you need to understand what are the basic minerals and what are the heavy metals. Basic minerals are something like magnesium, calcium, zinc. These are the good minerals as such. Whereas there are some heavy metals which are mercury, which are a lot of lead, where there are some with higher atomic weights. And these are the players which are really causing us a big problem in a big way. I tell them this mercury, nickel, cadmium and all that are as terrorists basically. Somehow this toxic chemical exposure can occur through air, water, fluid and all that. Needless to say, everything what we are working out on these days, non-stick ware and all that. I want to cover this particular thing in the second part, where I told you there are three major things right now: the diabetes, the heart disease, as well as the cancer. I just want to focus into diabetes. Number one, we have identified there are 4 or 5 major causes of diabetes. I am not totally for this stress and other things as such. I just for people who raised your finger who are taking Sona Masuri. You are in for a big ride, boss. Sona Masuri has got a lot of haloxan in that. I will talk about bisphenols, the second one. I have to comply with the forum as such. Plastic water bottles, 35 years, 40 years back, there were no plastics. The whatever bisphenols which are getting reached, I will show you how it causes diabetes type 2. Cadmium, which is there in the rice, paddy fields are being now, I know people are sitting here, superphosphate fertilizer is used for with inorganic arsenic. Inorganic arsenic is there in water, which is causing diabetes. And there is one more thing which is called mercury, is my favorite topic. And mercury can do anything. It can cause diabetes, it can cause neurodegeneration and all that. We need to understand why this mercury is causing diabetes. It is trying to break the, I don't want to go into that details, but 2006 report of American Diabetic Society, they have shown mercury causing apoptosis. Apoptosis is dying of the cells. The cells starts committing suicide. Apoptosis is committing suicide. So the pancreatitis, you can always, I can always provide you the knowledge. I can give you the slides also. These are the studies which showed bisphenol causing type 2 diabetes. So I don't think there has to be some thing. There is a fundamental thing is the pollution is pulling us toward that particular thing. I want to pick up this issue of heart disease. I never understood why heart disease is so prevalent here. I am trying to talk about environmental factors, and I'll show you few things as such. Before looking at the heart disease and diabetic kind of thing as such, we need to look at the phenomena of black of this particular thing. So I'm just trying to put across a point that this is all man-made disasters, and there are no studies shown that people who consume this water, arsenic in the water, they have got more than, see, I see in city, particularly Hyderabad, all psychiatrists, I don't know many psychiatrists I have called them. To my surprise, this particular thing also appeared, and it showed mercury levels causing this particular stuff. And the final thing came in 2010 Korea study, which showed mercury causing thrombotic episodes, mercury causing this particular thing. For this particular talk is meant for the general public. I would like to not go much into the details as such. I try to be very superficial. This is what I mean as such, mercury in the toenails and all that. So we were really, we never understood from where I got the mercury, what exactly is this one. And we will, there are a number of speakers are there, they are going to tell where and how we can get this kind of mercury. It is because of fish eating, it is because of the dental amalgam which your dentist has put in your mouth, because it slowly leaches. You form a, something like a battery, in the water and all that, and there is a cation, anion, both things keep occurring, and you are in a big trouble if you have your dental amalgams and you are still kind of thing. There are a lot of things, cadmium, cobalt, which can cause heart disease. I am talking about coronary artery disease as such, and air exposure. This was a landmark study which was done way back in 2004. This was called Harvard City Study, wherein they have shown the people who were on the streets, basically, the people who are staying beside the streets, and that part of place, people they live somewhere down the lane as such. But what I see in people like in India, all of us are exposed to the same kind of pollution and all that, even if we are living besides the main roads or not. But this particular thing is definitely a risk as such. Air pollution can cause LDL peroxidation. LDL peroxidation can particularly cause this. I can always go on a number of things, benzene, chloroform, toluene, whatever things and all that. I'd like to give this particular thing, I'd like to give you some solutions. But I will leave you with a small food for thought. If you have a high blood pressure, you take a pill. If you have a heart attack, you get a bypass. If you have cancer, you get a chemotherapy. Once the bypass is complete, and once the cancer is removed, and you're still left with the underlying imbalances, if you don't remove that imbalances, your chances of getting later again is going to appear again, a thing as such. I think I started the kind of thing. I thought I'll just give you a brief overview. I will like to invite Mohan Kandaji, and we were thinking as such, and I can always talk, I can always go for the whole length of the day, but I don't want to bore all of you. I want, I tried to create a kind of thing. I have created a website, I tried to create a Facebook page and all that. You will find everything regarding toxicity, that particular thing. And I still feel I am an infant into this particular thing. I need guidance from you people, senior people, and we want this forum to take up and start questioning, okay, this is enough, we will try to do something. Because I somehow ardently feel, let us not leave our health issue only to the super specialty and only to the hospitals and doctors. because at the end of the day, you are also equally responsible. You have to do your kind of things also. If you don't do your homework, you leave everything for this one. We doctors can only prescribe, we can tell you these are the things. But we need to take a lot of measures. A lot of my friends have come. They can always share. I'll try to involve some of them. You'll find them interesting how these people are started totally removing aluminum vessels from their home. Sir, I was talking to a gynecology Foxy association and I was talking about how many people are using aluminum vessels, and everybody said no, we don't use it. And my next question was how many people are still using the cookers, pressure cookers. Everybody raised their hand. So the thing is, aluminum pressure cooker, if you are using now, I must say you are in a big trouble. I want to give you this kind of things. In the last, I'll come back again. I'd like to invite Dr. Mohan Nagaru. You please take over. No? Thank you.